video is a quick introduction to using Jamboard. So this video will just show how to use Jamboard. So if you go to your Google Drive and you click on the New button, click on More, and then you'll have the option to start a Google Jamboard. It's an online whiteboard basically. It gives a little bit of functionality, great for interactivity with students. So once your Jamboard opens, give it a title. That way you can find it easily. And once you have a title, one of the things that you can do is you can add some questions. So if I wanted to add some questions, I might start with the text box, resize that text box, and we'll just make up a couple questions here. So let's say that those were some questions. I can click out of there. If I want to edit again, I can just double click inside the box and change things around. But if I wanted to have this slide be a slide that anybody can access, maybe I wanted students to work in groups and I wanted each group to have access to these questions, I can click on the, they call these frames. Each slide is called a frame. So I can click on the frames up here. And right up in the top right-hand corner of the slide are the three little dots. And I can just duplicate that slide. So it makes a copy of that slide. So if I have 4 groups that are going to be working on this, I can create 4 different slides. Often, group number 1 on slide 1, group 2 on slide 2, and so on. Here we've got 5 groups. And then the Jamboard's ready to go at this point. And just like all other Google products, I need to share this. So I can do that 2 ways. One is I can click on the share button and share a Google Doc. So maybe I want anybody with the link to have editing access. I'll just click here and choose that, well, I can choose anyone within my organization, or I can choose anyone with the link. And rather than just being a viewer, I want them to be able to edit. So I copy that link now and paste it either in a Google Meet, say, or in a document, or in Classroom, wherever it happens to be. So that's one way to create and share your Jamboard, and then to move to different slides when students start working is you can just use the little buttons up here to move the different frames, and you'll be able to see student work. Some tools that students like to use, they really like sticky notes, lots of different colors they can choose, and they can resize them so that they're the right size for them. They can insert images, text boxes that they've shown, some shapes. There's a drawing tool. And some students are really good at writing with their mouse, which is just amazing to me. The other thing that might be of interest is that if you're going to make a lot of these, I tend to use one every day. And rather than going through that sharing process every day, what I do is I create a folder in my Google Drive. And that folder, when I create that folder, call it test for now, I actually change the sharing properties on the folder. So I'll just right-click, choose share, and I'll make it again so that either people in my organization or anybody can go ahead. Well, that's not what I wanted to do, and edit this. So instead of being restricted, I'm going to make it, let's say, anyone in my organization, and I'm going to give them editing rights. I'm going to make them an editor. And once I do that, then anything you can see this folder has a little person on it indicating it's shared. Anything I put in this folder will then be shared by default. So if I go to create a new Jamboard, it's telling me, do you want to it's going to be shared with the same people that the folder is shared with. So I just create it. And now this folder already has those sharing properties. And again, I can add all of my, this Jamboard has a shared property. So I can actually just share it directly. I can grab the link now and use that as I wish. The other thing I just want to quickly show, just for maybe a quick second, is how you can access this. So if you're in a Google Meet, for instance, and you wanted to access this Jamboard, you can obviously grab the link and post it, or if you are in a Meet, down in the bottom right-hand corner are these 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, you have the option to choose whiteboard, and it just says Open Jam. So if I click on Open Jam, I get 2 options. I can start a brand new whiteboard. Everybody in the room who's currently in the meeting at the time that it's shared will have editing rights, or I can go to my drive and choose the Jamboard that I made previously. So a couple different ways that you can kind of access the Jamboard through Google Meet. You can either start a brand new one or choose one that you've already made. If you've got one with questions already, then choosing that one would be helpful. And when you click on choose one from Drive, I'll see if I can quickly find the one that we just made. Oh yeah, Google's really good about looking at the most recent stuff. So there's the one I just made. Click on Open Jam, and it will dump a link in the chat for anybody else to see. And I've had students who've come in late and didn't get that link, so there you can go. There you go. You can see that it's automatically put the link in there. But for students who come in late, you can just copy and paste that link, or copy and paste this link here. So that's maybe a bit of an introduction on how you might want to use Jamboard in the classroom, especially virtual classroom.